And the rest of the day after gym is just pretty chill. We played some Madden. And I want you guys to know this firsthand. I don't play games and I haven't played video games in forever. But recently I decided, fuck what everybody says. I'm gonna play Madden with my brother. I'm gonna play Fortnite and I'm gonna make more money than all of you dorks. That's my goal. You know what my goal is? Let me prop this up. My goal is to not follow any of the traditional advice. None of the advice that you people give me. Of oh I gotta sit in my house and I can't talk to girls and I gotta not touch my wiener and I gotta avoid seed oils or else I'm not gonna make any money. I'm gonna take cold showers. Fuck that. My building's hot water was out for 2 weeks, about 2 weeks ago. I take cold showers every day for 2 weeks, ice cold. And did it help my life? It didn't at all. So all this crap is for people who can't control themselves. Like if you can't control yourself and you have a horrible eating habit, yeah, you should probably avoid seed oils and junk food. But if you're a G like I am, I can play Fortnite and I can play Madden and I can still make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And I can still drive a G-Wagon and still take your bitch, you know? So this is like this new belief system. Out with the old, in with the new. When they zig, we zag. They go up, we go down. They go down, we're always up.
All right, so that last point is there's there's no logic at all to that. The zigzag thing. Oh, you're saying that behavioral self-control, things like that. That's a trend. You know. Oh, now that everyone's saying cold showers, no fap, all that stuff. Now that that's a trend. You know what? Let's go the other way. Yeah, let's go the other way. No, it's not a trend. It's called self-control. It's called being disciplined. It's called focusing exactly on your goal, right? And the truth behind what he's saying is that he's already made it, guys. He already has a ton of momentum behind himself. He's already made a ton of learnings, and he already has a very clear path set ahead of himself. But for 99% of people, myself, and you watching as well, I do not want you to fall victim to this belief and this ideology, because you've made steps to improving yourself, improving your discipline, improving your self-control, improving your habits, improving your productivity, making your day rigorously scheduled and optimized and healthy, right? You're saying, you know what, I'm going to have salads, whole foods, I'm going to have a clean diet, I'm going to have a clean lifestyle, I'm not going to jerk off, I'm not going to play video games, right? And I'm going to become a better person in order to create this momentum to get my goals, right? And you have people like this telling you, you know what, guys, all that stuff isn't necessary. And here's why they say that. Because they've gotten the result, and the reason they got that result is because of the actions that they took in their business, right? The cold showers didn't make them $100,000 directly. The NoFap didn't make them $100,000 directly. Because of the fact that they weren't jerking off, that's not why they made $100,000. They made $100,000 because they were doing business. But the thing is, guys, we need to create a ton of momentum, okay? And if every single minute and every single moment that we spend eating junk food, playing video games, going out to get frozen yogurt, jerking off, all that stuff, right? Those things negatively compound over time, take your time away, make you a less productive, less motivated person. They really eat into your dopamine and eat into your motivation. And I know this firsthand. And I do not want you to fall victim to this, because, guys, let's join together and become stronger together to create that momentum. Who's going to win? The extremely top 1% athlete who is jerking off playing video games every now and then because he's like, you know what, I'm at the top. I can rest in my laurels now. I can play video games, I can jerk off, I can do all this stuff, versus the top 1% athlete that's standing right next to him, that's Kobe, Jordan. Those athletes that say, you know what, no, I don't need that beer. No, I don't need that I'm not going to jerk off the night before my game. I'm the best athlete in the world, and I'm going to stay there, right? They're not going to rest on their laurels, and they're not going to degenerate the other direction. okay? So guys, this is why Luke Alexander's wrong, because he's at the top. He already has created the momentum because of other actions that have directly correlated to making money in business, right? Making content, becoming a salesperson, figuring out what works. But in doing that, he was not jerking off and he was not playing video games. It's funny because he won't tell you what he did to get there, but he's telling you what he's doing now that he's at the top. You're not at the top right now. And I'm not saying that to be, demeaning or anything. I'm not either. But we are not at the top right now. And so we shouldn't follow what he's doing now to rest on his laurels, because frankly, this will hurt his success. He probably will still make money, but he will not make as much money that if he continued to try to edge out and become a more and more top 1%, 0.0001 top percent person, okay? And so this is why it's a very common pattern, right? And the only reason I know this is because I've experienced it on smaller scales, where I make a small win, and then we say, you know what, I can afford to have a beer now. I can afford to, jerk off or whatever, right? And the issue is, yes, there's a time to rest and a time to take action, right? But would you rather be loose and would you rather give yourself permission to do these overtly degenerative tasks, these overtly degenerative behaviors, eat into your dopamine, eat into your willpower, right? Sure, sometimes you can tell when you need to rest, take a break, relax, go watch a movie or something. But with that being said, 99% of the time, you should not be doing that stuff, okay? Because fact of the matter is, boys, let's join together. We need to focus on our purpose. So cut out all of the TV, Netflix, movies, jerking off, video games, all that stuff, because we need to create momentum. We need to take action on the right things. So we're not where he is, okay? And that's why he's wrong, because he's speaking to us. He's speaking to us, but he's giving advice to where he is right now, and we are not where he is. He can probably afford to rest on his laurels and to degenerate a little bit, but we cannot, okay? And that's why he's wrong, because he's speaking to the wrong person in the wrong timeline right now, okay? Those nofap things, all that stuff, that is exactly the right advice, okay? Oh, cold showers, it doesn't work. Why are you doing this morning routine stuff? Dude, that makes you a better person. There is never a world where that is bad advice. Never. And there is certainly a world where this is bad advice. So that is why I do not agree with Luke here. And I really want us to join together to continue to become better men, focus on our goals, and the cold showers, all that stuff. You don't necessarily need to stack, dozens and dozens and dozens of things, but being strict with your rules, I will not be jerking off. You don't need to, guys. You don't need to. And the more you say, you know what, it's a Friday night, I can jerk off if I want to. Well, guess what? Now it turns into, well, it's Sunday, I'm feeling kind of chill, like I can do it now too, right? When you say yes once, you say yes more. When you give an inch, you take a mile, okay? And so that's why I'd rather err on the side of being a little bit too strict and black and white with our rules, because we need to flip our pendulums all the way in the other direction, right? We need to create that momentum. We need to create that pendulum momentum in the other direction. So be strict with your rules. Do not allow yourself to pick up that video game controller at all, because you haven't earned it yet. And I'm not, again, being demeaning. I haven't earned it yet either. And so I'm not going to. That's why I'm here making content right now, because I've made a rule, a hard black and white strict rule, that I'm not going to be jerking. I'm not going to be playing video games. Okay? And instead I'm sitting here, I'm not allowing myself, just by the mere fact of myself giving myself a rule that I can't play video games, I can't jerk off. Well, I'm sitting here, what am I going to do now? I guess I'm going to focus on my business and start creating momentum to get to my goals. Okay? And so that's why I completely disagree here. And guys, if I had to give you some tips, because you're probably where I am, be strict with your rules. Ruthlessly cut out that stuff, because this is a season of momentum. This is a season of growth. This is a season of productivity and starting to make money, to catch up to him. Because, guys, he's starting to slow down. He's at mile 10, and his pace has been good, but now he's starting to slow down. He's like, you know what? I can get a water break now. And guess what, guys? That's where our rule of us saying, you know what? We don't need a break right now. We can keep going. That's where we become stronger. That's where we become stronger. We become more productive, and we become better men that will ultimately then potentially catch up to him and pass him. Okay? And Luke, nothing against you, brother. I just think that this is completely not the right advice. And hey, this could be friendly competition. Just know that you have an army of men that are actually not doing that, and that are going to become better men, stronger men, and they could catch up to you, right? So just be careful. And so be strict with your rules, guys. Ruthlessly cut out things that aren't productive and that make you weak. Become stronger men. Create rules that eliminate things that make you weak, and create rules that habitualize things that make you stronger. Cold showers, they undoubtedly make you a stronger man. So why would you not make a rule around it, right? Sure, doing a cold shower will not directly generate you hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it makes you a stronger man, and it keeps you productive, okay? I mean, biologically, it enhances productivity. And again, I'm not saying that these meditation, cold showers, I love all of those things, but I will not say that they will directly generate you money. Doing business generates you money, okay? It makes you a better person, and from you being a good and better person, you then can do better in your business and create that momentum that you're looking for. So do the cold showers, create rules that make you stronger, create rules that eliminate weaknesses, and use that extra time that you're now creating and giving yourself, which is awesome, to then do business and to learn how to do business, how to make money, how to provide for you and your family, okay? So guys, this is the wrong advice, and whenever you hear, and this is common, guys, I've heard it many times, it's not the no fap, the cold showers. They love to say that because, we all want to rest a little bit at some point, right? So when we hear an influencer, someone we look up to saying, you know what, you don't need to do this, it's nice to hear. And so that's why this message can be well received, because a lot of people subconsciously want to rest. But guys, I'm here to tell you, do not succumb to the temptation, okay? This guy likes to think of himself as a faithful religious man, but is this truly biblical advice? It's funny because if you go to this video, earlier in the video, he talks about why Hormozi's wrong, and he talks about himself being a religious person, and now he's talking about playing with playing with his wiener and playing video games, guys. So that's really funny. Let's become stronger men, and now we're creating time for ourselves to become more productive and to give back to the world with value, okay? Let's go, guys. I'll see you in the next video.